Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Min's Mates Podcast Advocate. And as you know, I'm very pro technology, and I'd like to sort of see the disruption and how that sort of has changed society for the last 100 years. But the next disruption seems to be AI is moving at an incredible pace, right? Now they're talking about these robots in a physical form, which are actually going to take some of the basic jobs like in the factories in Amazon, kind of picking up the goods, etc. Potentially they could be the robots doing the farming, looking after your bees and things, right? So now they have that powerful processor with the form of AI. Technology is getting better again. Is that going to start to encroach on even those things that we used to do back in the day? Because again, it would be much more efficient, much quicker. And are we going back to that cartoon film that came out a few years ago where there's going to be zombies sitting in a wheelchair and kind of Black Mirror style, just, yeah, living in an alternate world?
Well, I think we're already doing that. I think the humans have become robots. We are the non-playable characters in our lives. And so we don't have to wait for the robots to work at Amazon. They're already working there in the form and shape of humans. And so people are upset about Musk creating an AI chip into a human brain, but it's the other way around is already there. So there's not a big difference. And of course, it's going to be a real robot that can work 24/7 instead of a human. So we're eliminating the difficulty of humans right now, and it will become robots. That's why I'm so excited to think and to explore what's going to happen, because it's already the case. We don't have to wait for robots. We are already the robots, and we're going to be replaced by robots because it's exactly the same thing. What was it, Jason Boyle in 1815, who created the laws of thought in computer thinking, ones and zeros. We became so freaking linear, and we've started to think like computers, and now we're worried that we're going to be taken over by robots. We already did it ourselves, right? So it's a matter of time that will happen. And that's why I'm curious about where are we going to be, because the human intelligence is something nobody can touch. You know, the feeling, the gut feeling, the connection we have, the three of us here, even though we're all three of us staring into a laptop screen, we can still feel each other. That's impossible for AI. So the human intelligence is going to be celebrated and, really focus on the human intelligence. But how? I don't know yet. But the laws of thought are going to be taken care of with AI. I'm positive about that.
I completely agree with Perry because robotic labors or robotic workers, I see them more as a helping hand or a helping statures or helping structures. Because imagine, like, one day we all are going to be old, and I see robotics or robots as someone who would nurse us, like when we would not be able to maybe afford some kind of treatment, or we really need help but we are maybe living in remotest of the areas, and these robots may help navigating the tougher life circumstances. When it comes to the beekeeping, right, because I'm quite passionate about it, so I can say I only have 2 or 3 boxes, but it will be helping people who have hundreds of boxes. So I see robots when you operate them at scale. So Amazon works at a scale that I don't work at. Like, I may be packaging one thing one day, but they're really working at a different scale, and any human to match, we would only say that, hey, why are human working so much? Why can't robots do that? The very redundant jobs that they are made for. So I see it in a very different way, that we will be placed in a different dimension or a plane altogether.